Hello everyone, and welcome to another Snapshot video. In today's video, we will be going over Snapshot 25W33A. Now this week is actually quite a small snapshot compared to the previous week, so it shouldn't take us very long to get through it. Without further ado, let's get straight into it. So first things first, we have a bit of a change from last week. Mojang have listened to the majority of the community saying that they really didn't like the new shelves. And so they've gone ahead and they reverted them back to their center-oriented designs, and they've gone ahead and bumped up the sizes of the blocks, just like how it was whenever shelves were introduced the first week. And honestly, these still look really, really good. I mean, there's so many cool designs that you can do, especially with the banners. The banners are like the biggest thing in my opinion. But there's plenty of other stuff you can do, and they just look cool in general like this. However, if you did prefer the design from last week with the bottom-oriented shelves, fret not, because it is now actually a block state that you can change. If you grab yourself a debug stick and shift right-click, you can change the shelves to be bottom-oriented. They still do keep the sizing though. The sizing will remain consistent, but the items will just be on the bottom, which honestly doesn't look that bad. I think the biggest issue last week with the bottom-oriented shelves was just the sizes being all off. I'm not actually a hater of this. I think I like this a bit better still. But I'm all for giving people options. It's a creative game after all. Our next change is going to be here in the end dimension. We'll have to wait a little bit, but they have added a new feature to Java that I believe was already present on Bedrock to help prepare for vibrant visuals. We have for the end light flashes, at which point the end will be flooded with a sharp, intense purple light, which you just saw there. It'll affect the end stone, and there will be a flash somewhere in the sky, much like Bedrock. Now, I believe you have to kill the dragon before you can actually see what direction the end light flashes in. I don't really know what the end light flashes mean, but with this change, the end now has a skylight of 15. Previously, that would have been 0. So now the end has skylight, but this doesn't change anything about the end itself. It still functions the same way. We just have skylight in here now, and we have the flashes, which I actually kind of like. It may look a little weird if you have a base in the end, though, for it to be constantly flashing like this. And yeah, it looks like the end light flashes are just come from a random direction, and they may also have a random length, because that one felt shorter than the others, but I could be wrong. The end light flash also comes with a sound effect, which you can hear now. Sounds a bit like an eruption. Overall, very cool though. Alright, next up we have some updates to chat that I would like to go over here. Added this week is a new feature called chat drafts, and this is pretty simple. So how this new feature works, if you're typing in chat and you get interrupted by something as such, whether it's dying or some other method, your chat message will be saved as a chat draft. So that way you don't gotta retype out what you were typing before you got rudely interrupted by whatever killed you or what other method forced you out of your chat box. Now, when you have this chat draft in your chat box, there are a few things you can do with it. You can either A, press enter and it'll be just typed into chat as a normal message. You can go ahead and continue typing onto the message and then type it in, and then boom, you'll just have an extension to the message. Or you could just scrap the message altogether by hitting backspace. You can also keep the message by clicking it, highlighting it. I mean, you could see it on screen here. There's all the ways you could do it. And with this change, you can now type while in another portal, which previously you couldn't. There's one more chat update that I want to go over today before I forget, and that is if you go into settings and chat settings, you can toggle a new option called save unsent chats. Now typically it starts off, but we're going to turn it on, and so that way whenever we type in chat and we decide maybe I don't like that, we can hit escape, and then maybe we realize actually I was kind of cooking with that message, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit T again, and as you can see, it's still there and it functions normally. It's just like whatever chat draft you'd normally use. So we could hit backspace, we could continue it. And with that being said, I believe there's only one more feature that we have to go over today, and I don't know if we're gonna be able to see it in action, because I have had these two standing here since I started recording the video about 13 minutes ago, and they have yet to do the interaction. But there is a new copper golem and iron golem interaction, to where the iron golem, as we all know they love poppies, can go ahead and take a poppy and place it on the copper golem's head, and it's a cute little interaction. I'll show a picture of it on screen here that Mojang provided, but I fear we're not going to be able to see the interaction ourselves. It seems to be decently rare, and I can't force it to happen. So that's unfortunate. But once a copper golem has the poppy on its head, you can go ahead and shear it to take it off, or when the copper golem becomes a statue, it'll drop the poppy. Oh, it did it! So it's a bit weird, because I think sometimes the iron golem will offer the poppy to... Hi. I think the iron golem will offer the poppy to the copper golem, but the copper golem won't always accept it. Here's the poppy on top of the copper golem's head. It looks so cute with it. I really don't want to do this, but I gotta for the sake of testing. But you can shear it off and it loses it. It turning to a statue will also cause this to happen. And also, I did want to note that if you mess with the MBT data, you can put other stuff on the copper golem's head. You could put basically anything, I'm pretty sure. But I'm too stupid to know how to do that, so I won't show that off today, I'm afraid. Before we end off today, that's all for the new features, but there is something I want to talk about in Mojang's little snapshot article they have here. They wrote, all features for our third game drop of 2025 are now in testing and we'll start working on our next game drop, which we are excited to tell you about soon. This statement here has me a little bit confused because this is our third snapshot for Java Edition. There were a few, I believe, for Bedrock Edition prior to this. And it feels a little early for the snapshot cycle to be done. Then again, it's completely up to them. This is all they have to show us. I mean, it's going to be one really good update. There's tons of building blocks being added. Shelves are on their own. Are massive, but I don't exactly know what this statement means, whether it means that they're doing internal testing and all the features that they plan on adding are in internal testing and just haven't been brought to snapshots yet, or if this is everything that we can expect for next drop, and now that we're working on bug fixes for the rest of the snapshot cycle. I'm not really sure, but I guess there is a positive that they are going to be looking at the fourth drop very soon and begin development of that. I don't really know what I'm expecting for that fourth drop, honestly. It could realistically be anything. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed today's snapshot video. I'll be back next week covering whatever comes next, whether it's in the snapshot or maybe I highly doubt it'd be a pre-release. We still need that title screen scroll, so the pre-releases probably won't be next week. But as always, I hope you all enjoyed and I'll see you all then. Goodbye.